Hi guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So today we are continuing our Alexander grind. So I was sort of umming and ahhing how I wanted to split these videos, whether I was just going to do one at the start and one at the end of the tier 5s, but in the end, since I haven't got all that far through them yet, I thought we'll do a middle of the road video on these guys. So since last time, basically what have I done? I've basically got the 2 weapon upgrades, or the 1 weapon upgrade. One is obviously far superior, which is obviously nice. It gives quite a lot of increase to melee weapon penetration, melee weapon damage, and more importantly, impact damage, which means I'm going to do more damage in my charges, which is really what I want, because that's what these guys are all about. We have still got to do the Linothorax and the other set of armour, and I'm probably going to do the Greaves as well, because I was having a look earlier, and these Greaves carry across to the tier 6 unit. And we also get our improved weapon straight from the start, so that's looking pretty good for moving on to the next unit straight away. Apart from that, there's nothing else really to comment on. Still running the same consumables, everything else seems to be running about okay, and I'm really enjoying these guys. Generally they seem to play out really nicely. I still struggle occasionally getting the wedge to work properly, but by and large, really enjoying playing with them. So let's hop into our first game and see how we get on. So we are loading into the Passage of Augustus. Not exactly my favourite map in all honesty. Don't tend to do very well on here, but we'll see. Hopefully today will be an exception. Just before we get started, I also wanted to mention we now have a Discord server set up, so there'll be a link for that in the description down below. Come and join us, say hello. Sort of might be a bit of a better way for us all to communicate together. Yes, we've got that running. Other than that, what are we going on with this game? So it looks like top tier along with everyone else. It looks like everyone is tier 5s on our team, which is good. So hopefully everything we're fighting off is fairly balanced. How much ranged? Quite a lot of infantry, 1 unit of slingers and a single javelin man there, so it doesn't look like there's much in the way of ranged on our team, so hopefully that's also true of the enemy team, and not just this way around. Yeah, I'll have a look at this end actually.
Capture the enemy base.
So I'm going to activate wedge straight at the start. Wait till that's activated, and then we'll also have a bit of a cavalry dash, get us moving up a little bit quicker. And we're going to go for initially for this sort of behind the woods sort of move and see where this leads us. Looks like we've got some slingers moving up with us, some pikemen, and some tier 5 barbarian infantry. So let's just get moving up into the forest. We're sort of clumping up a bit on this corner, but by the time we meet anyone we should have separated back out. Ideally I'd quite like to meet some other cavalry, things like that. That's when these guys really come into their own, because the amount of charge damage these guys can do with that high impact damage and good weapon damage is really immense. That's what we want to happen. Let's see what actually happens. This Celeres down there in the middle. We don't know what is in the long grass behind them though, that's the problem. I am pulling down, or taking an awful lot of damage from those slingers. We'll take a bit of a risk. I'm not being shot at by anything yet. I'm taking a bit of a risk on the edge of this grass. Oh, yeah, there's a few things. Okay, what are the Principes? Obviously we don't really want to fight. Looks like everyone is in full retreat. These dogs, ooh, it's a bit of a risk potentially going for these dogs. Depends if they're going to sit in that piece of forest. If they are, it could be quite a nice group to hit, because if we could hit them together, the damage we could do would be great. Let's try and just hit them with maybe 2 units. See if we can do this. Not super effective, no. Okay, that was not as effective as I thought. Let's sod that, absolutely. Get away from the dogs. Okay, that was a bad idea. Yeah, we don't like that one. Okay, but they took quite a bit of slinger fire, so there's no harm done. Let's get back moving this way. Oops, clump together again. It's partly, I think, judging in the forest, we get such a loss to charge deflect. We're going to get these dogs. Oh, that was what a charge! Why did they turn around? Oh dear, what is going on? For some reason there, as I hit the charge, our cavalry unit seemed to turn around for some reason and run into the cliffs behind them to try to commit suicide. Looks like we managed to get away from those dogs. Let's try and reform up and maybe tackle on some of these Romans. We've got quite a long time before our charge gets back, so that could be a bit of an issue for us. Thankfully Alexander's still alive. If we get time, I will tackle these Romans, but I need to give time for it to recharge. It will probably be recharged in time, I guess. We've not got anvil either, though, so that's something we've got to be very wary of. Oh, and there's Romans coming in behind, so I don't want to be fighting near them. And they obviously know that, so they only want to fight if I'm going to be near the Romans with them. So we've got to try and avoid them. I don't want to get into a fight when these Romans are just going to come slamming in support. And it would be good to wait for some of our anvils to come back a little bit as well. If these Romans are going to get stuck in against these warriors, then I will move in support. But it depends if they're going to keep a unit free, which would be the wise thing for them to do. Looks like those Roman cavalry are going directly for those slingers, but there's a unit of pikemen there in support, so I think that would be very effective, really. And the Romans is keeping a unit at his rear to defend against us, which is obviously very wise. Although, to be honest, I might just have a go at... It's more a curiosity. I wonder how much damage it will do. Yeah, actually, quite a good amount. Get out. Quite a good amount, to be honest. We did quite a good amount now, considering we only took 1,000 damage in return. That was not too bad a move. Looks like those warriors are really in trouble though now, and I don't think we're really going to be able to assist them quite as much as I'd like to. I mean, they're completely surrounded by everyone. Should we go and try and give an assist? We could try. Have we got our charge back? Nearly. Okay, come on, let's give these Romans another go. Okay, immediately an error, because they're going to really slam straight into his anvil where we can. And we've anviled them. Let's get our units out of there while we can, if we can, without routing. Oh dear, that was not such a good move. I should have realised they were going to flank round with those Roman cavalry. We'll deactivate Wedge, because that gives us a massive decrease to melee defence. So let's try and get that deactivated and get out. Thankfully those Romans are pretty slow, so I don't think they're going to be able to catch us. Okay, so that was a poor move. If we're going to reform, though, I will have another pop at these Romans, probably. Reform up. No, they don't want to. As soon as they leave their own infantry, they seem uninterested in... Okay. Oh, we hammered so late. They caught me out with their charge. Oh, we have thrown that completely away. And that is the end of that. Definitely. Oh, what a shame. I hammered far too late, and I was not able to do any damage with my charge. They kind of caught me out with their Wrath of Mars, gave them such an increase to speed. Only 25%. Just bad play on my part, I think. Can only be put down to. We're supposed to be winning this match, yet everywhere I go, our team is losing. I just don't really get why. Should we try and have another go at this? Can I do it like 4th time lucky, maybe? I just seem to be absolutely be sucking in this game. They're under 1,000 aggression. What a shocking game. So we no longer have Wedge, because Alexander is dead. I'll try not to fall for this trap again. It looks like he's going to go for the forest. Sorry, I'm not going to chase him into the forest. Okay. Okay, that was a little bit better. At least we got some damage in there. I wonder if we can... Oh, he's war cried me. Unless the rout's going to end. No, that is going to be the end of me. Come on, nuke damage, because I'm not going to survive a rout. Come on! Oh, we just recovered our morale at the last second. We're still survived. That was a little bit better. We got a good amount of damage in there. Apart from the morale issue, we nearly didn't do too badly there. I'm sure these are friendly units, which they are. The war dogs moving to intercept the Romans. They've unleashed the dogs against them. Are the Romans just going to charge the dogs? No, they're just going to try and avoid the fight. But the dogs are going to catch up with him, though. What else have we got? Some Theban pikemen. So we've got this entrance is blocked off by the Roman Principes, which is fine, but kind of surprising in a way because they're kind of going to lose this battle if they're not careful, just trying to defend that entrance. Although it does make it a little hard for me to do anything. Oh dear, still been a fairly terrible battle. Looks like the dogs are out, our allied dogs are out going for these warriors, which if they're going to engage then I would be inclined to provide some assistance with. Cutting them, a lot of them down, they got quite a good knockdown on them as they came in. Love the war dogs. Should we just have a go? Oh, there's some pikes coming up. These will smash through these Romans without too many issues, so we'll just loiter around. I think. Yeah, no other way through this gap really. Come on, pikes, forwards, forwards, forwards. They're going to throw some scorched earth, I would have thought. No, they're just going to run into the front of the pikes. Well, that slaughtered them very rapidly. I thought they were going to unleash the war dogs, would make sense. Ah, they've got them completely surrounded now. But I can't really get in, that's my problem. Okay, they'll come out of pike phalanx. See if we can squeeze through this gap here. Without too many casualties. We're through, we're through, we're through. Well, with some units. Someone got caught. As long as we don't rout, that's anything. Let's see if we can have a go at rear flanking these. Yeah, 4,000 damage. And roll them if we can and escape. Can we escape? 2 units left. We haven't routed. That's the main thing. Okay. Goes to show, even with just a handful of units, you know, 4,000 damage, not a lot, but it's not to be sniffed at either. These guys really are still just a wonderfully powerful charge. There's not really a lot I can do here until my charge comes back. I mean, I could rear flank these guys, but obviously they'll just turn on me and cut me down very quickly. Our friendly bases actually looks pretty secure. It's just these hoplites, and our charge is almost back. I'll charge them even if they turn on me. It doesn't really bother me. One man. We're down to one man. He's still alive. Did another 1,200 damage. We're just still kicking in there. Oh dear, this has been a bad game. I've not been very happy with this game. Let's hope the next game goes a little bit better. At least we're going to win. That's the main thing. Even one Greek is not going to be able to do a lot now. I did a bit some to those Macedonian hoplites, but not staggeringly effective. So there's some Romans there. Apparently there's some enemy slingers. Where are they? Or are they just being killed over there? They're just being killed over there. Let's see if we can hit anyone else in this pike phalanx. Yeah, we do a little bit less every time, but he's still alive. They tried to activate fear on me, but they were too late and it missed. Because that would have completely routed me with the morale situation. Unfortunately, we've got a long cooldown now on the charge, so I don't think we're going to get another one in before the end of the game. So we might as well just go around. Get stuck into the back. We haven't got our charge back. See if we can get a hit on anyone, or see if we die. Oh god, I've just been completely overwhelmed. And that is him dead. Okay, well, we won. That was not very well played on my part. I don't even know where to start with the amount of screw-ups we've had in that game. So, second game is going to be better. Honestly, every time I play these units offline, I have just amazing games. And then as soon as I record it live... Look at that. Oh dear, I don't even want to look at that. As soon as I record it live, it just goes shockingly. Okay, God, we need 11,000 for the next thorax. What did that do? Body armor, melee defense. Oh, movement speed. That'd be nice. Okay, so let's queue up straight up with the second battle and hope it goes a little bit better. So we are loading into Salernum. Hopefully this one's going to go a little bit better than the last one. What have we got on the teams? Lots of infantry. A couple of cavalry down here at the bottom. Got some light artillery kicking around. But mainly just Roman infantry. Just Principe. 5 Germanicus. Half our team is Germanicus infantry. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Got a couple of pikes down here as well. But could be an interesting one. Oops. I thought I'd picked a spot, but obviously I hadn't. I don't really want to go quite up this way. Not really a very good map for cavalry, really, because everything is always fighting in either a forest, a town, or some long grass. None of which is particularly well suited for what I want to do. Anyway, we formed up our wedge. Let's get moving initially from the off. One thing I wanted to comment on the sort of wedge, I do sometimes wonder if it's really worthwhile using. The main benefit of wedge is the charge impact, 22%, but they already have a staggeringly high charge impact, and it just brings your charge impact to what, 354? Well, it's not really a benefit. It doesn't increase the damage you do. Well, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't increase the damage you do, but actually increases the likelihood of you winning a charge. So if you're facing off against other Greek cavalry, yes, you would want to be in wedge to stand a chance of being able to beat them in the charge, but in a lot of situations, you know, you're not, and I just wonder if it's really of benefit or not, to be honest. You get a little bit of impact damage, 6%, but not a lot. Oh, that was a nicer start to the game. That is more what we like. Let's anvil them so they can't use their anvil. That's how we like to play. There we go. Okay. They're the sort of starts I like. We're going better already. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's try not to blob up. I don't really like fighting in town, particularly as the Greeks. What have we got going on? Well, I say I'm not going to fight in town, but let's few opportunities presenting themselves here. If these guys, particularly if these guys are going to retreat up this way, which it looks like they're going to force themselves to do soon. There are some Macedonians in here, so we need to be careful, and I am just blobbed to hell. But let's charge anyway. We're going to try and rout these Greeks. We shall... Oh, I'm anviled. They anviled me. They beat me to the press. I didn't want to... Punic mercenaries coming in here. This is going to be a bit more of an issue. But once they've obviously a much higher tier commander, Alexander commander than me, because I've just been hit. I want to get out. Right, anvil. Don't pipe phalanx. Please don't pipe phalanx. Pike phalanx. Okay, so good start. Not such a good middle, but we're not lost everything yet. We're still a good amount of units. I should have perhaps deactivated a wedge so we didn't get to the melee downturn. But we basically eliminated the other unit of enemy cavalry, so it's not all too bad. We've got some enemy archers over there, so let's keep moving around. It's kind of hard not to blob when you're in town because there's just not really enough room in these streets to get moving around properly. So we've got our wedge activated. What's going on down here? It's kind of just a massive melee of different units. These archers kind of look a little bit vulnerable if they're going to stay there like that. How we approach them without getting seen, though, I do not know. We've also got some other Greek cavalry loitering around. They're a threat to us and possible opportunity. I would assume those archers have seen us, even though we're a pretty poor player. If they haven't, they have just used their barrage, though, so you never know, they could be completely focusing on somebody else. These Greeks have seen us. Oh, and they beat me to the charge. We're going to knock a few down. Oh, we didn't actually do so badly. Come on, guys, let's get up there. Have I got any anvils left? One anvil. Let's try and get ahead of them a little bit. They're rapid advancing, obviously, which is a good move on their part. We can get some of them, but we're not going to be able to get all of them, and they're probably going to turn on as soon as they get the opportunity, I fear. We've got some infantry moving up in support. Let's just try and do what we can against this retreating unit. I've not got enough units left to really exact the amount of damage that I want to. That's the problem. And they're sacrificing this unit, which I know I'm playing into their hands by targeting this unit rather than chasing the remaining of them. So let's get moving. See if we can cut them off, maybe. We've got infantry moving up from behind. Or we did. It would be better if he moved out there. I'm going to go completely wide. Let's activate our cavalry dash to get ourselves moving a little bit more. We're getting a little bit better. How's the battle looking? Ooh, pretty touch and go. Why are they stopping? And they're now going to get some nice shots off against me. I want to try and hit that first one and that second unit if we can. So it's this second unit I'm going to target since it's the one that's mostly still alive. Let's deactivate our wedge formation, just in case they try and fight us in hand-to-hand combat, which they are doing, because that will increase our melee defense. So we're going to focus on this second unit. Obviously they're using focus fire, which is quite effective, and we only have a handful of people left. Come on, guys, easy is your target. Leave those other ones. Cavalry dash, come on. Let's catch these guys up. Fight, fight, fight. Don't let them get shots off. They're still getting shots off. Cavalry just so... Oh, there we go. Friendly has turned up. That's done it. That has definitely done it. Nice. That is excellent. Oh, no, enemy cavalry. It was nice. Okay. We have about 3 people left. Let's try and anvil something. Oh, we've anviled the Greeks. Nice. Oh, it didn't last very long. Okay, right, what have we got left? About 5 or 6 horses. If these archers don't get out of the way... Really, I want to be activating Wedge, don't I, to get the charge impact when fighting other Greeks. Let's go for the cavalry dash. Which way are these guys going to go? That way. I'll anvil them. Oh, fire! Charge! Okay, we charged. Anvil. Okay, so that's not too bad considering, really. They're trying to walk away. Obviously, we've got them in anvil for a short period of time. Oops, no, don't leave them. Okay, they've got away. Oh, it seems that anvil disengages if you disengage them from combat, which is obviously an understandable move. We'll anvil them again. See if we can just hang on long enough for these Romans to turn up and finish these guys off. Come on, charge! We've still got them in anvil. We might be able to do a little bit of damage to them. Yes, we have. And it looks like we're going to get them to rout, which probably isn't going to be enough to completely save them, but we might be able to get a charge off. Is hammer going to be enough? Keep a little bit more damage up against them. Okay, well, I think we at least have been an annoyance. We've only got 4 cavalry left. We've done quite well so far this game, although we've just not got a lot left of us to do anything more. So let's see what else we can do. Looks like the enemy got some artillery. The battle is very much against us, though, which is not going to help us out very much. Looks like they're trying to retreat with their artillery. God, there's a lot of enemy artillery around here. We should get our charge back shortly. Let's activate our cavalry dash. These light artillery are just making a complete run for it. Am I going to be able to catch them? Well, I'll be able to catch them, but am I going to be able to do anything against them? Because they're going to deploy. Let's keep to the low ground. Keep to the low ground. I'm going to outflank these guys. Target these. Charge. Oh, well, we took out all their machines, I think. Problem is, there's only 4 of us, and they can probably beat us in hand-to-hand combat. Oh, look, it's a light artillery off. Look at this, they're shooting each other at point-blank range. Oh, there I go. I got shot to pieces by that other crew of light artillery. That was kind of cool. I've never seen that before. So, it was such a bad game. At least we contributed a little bit to the team. We had a really good opening move. It's definitely one of my favourite things to try and do is try and pre-predict where enemy cavalry are going to be coming from. Particularly when you use it against barbarian cavalry, which you can't normally catch with speed. But if they're moving through a forest and they have limited visibility, or like those Greek cavalry were at the start where they couldn't see us through the town, but our allies got spots on them, then it's lovely to be able to sort of be ready, and as soon as they emerge from their target, you know, you can get a lovely side charge into them, and that's just, you know, full damage, and basically wipe them out, their whole unit out straight away, which is what we wanted. So there's a lot of potential to do things like that, and I do enjoy doing things like that. We got a few nice charges off in that game. I think it shows kind of how effective the Greek charge is. And these obviously units aren't yet fully upgraded. We've got some the greaves, which give, and the body armor, which gives more armor and movement speed, which will be nice. So hopefully they're just going to be getting better and better. And watching a few other videos around YouTube, it looks like they get stronger and stronger as we head up the tiers. So I'm really looking forward to getting the higher tiers. I still need to work a little bit on some of my charging though, particularly on that first game where I made quite a lot of mistakes. So yeah, still got a bit to learn with them, but I think we are going to be able to do a good job with them, hopefully. And get good with them. By the time we reach tier 10, I think, hopefully we should be an expert Greek player. It just looks like these are our last units fighting valiantly on to the death. I don't think we've got... Oh, we've got a couple of units. Someone taking a unit of Principes all the way back to base. Is there a reason for that? I always find it a little bit strange how some people seem to want to carry on the battle right to the very end. I mean, when it's lost like this, I mean, you might as well just give up. These Greeks trying to get as much damage as they can before they die in fight phalanx mode. And that is the last one of them. There. Right. Looks like there's a bit of friendly fire going on at some point in the game. I didn't see what was exactly going on in the chat, but a lot of obviously doesn't like someone. I don't know who it is. He's team killing every time, but obviously someone he really doesn't like. So it looks like this guy is just running all the way back to base. So I think we'll probably end this battle here. There's nothing really going on here, and everyone's just falling out in chat, so there's not really a lot of point in staying around. So we'll quit that battle. Wait for it to load back into the normal screen. So yes, hopefully you've enjoyed our sort of midterm grind update on the tier 5s. I'll get these guys the rest of the equipment finished off, and we'll have another video once I've got them absolutely fully upgraded. We'll have another look at them as we finish them off to get towards the tier 6, the elite companions. So that's something to look forward to. I also think you get a different ability when you get to tier 6. Call to arms plus 10% melee attack. Okay, nice. Oh, it only affects allied units. Okay, slightly useful then. Well, actually probably more useful than the melee attack on Greek Cavalry. It's not great, so probably better to give it to allied units anyway. So, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a like. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Don't forget to join the Discord. Come and have a chat with us all. And I shall see you all on the next video.